UFC Vegas 105, Emmett versus Murphy just concluded. I'm going to recap my bets and my card predictions. I don't want to waste no time. Let's get right into it. Coming into the card, we had 4.34 units wagered. If everything hits, we come back with 9.52 units. In return, we had 10 total bets on the night. Our casual parlay got destroyed with Kennedy Nzechukwu. We lost 2 bets. We replaced those 2 bets, and we had some live bets. Let's just get into it. I don't want to waste no time. We went 4-5-1 on bets. 1 no contest. We had Josh Emmett win inside the distance, no action. Basically, if he gets a finish, we get paid. If it goes to a decision, I get a full refund on my bet. If Josh gets finished, then I lose. I didn't think Josh would get finished. He didn't, but he lost, which is okay. Right here it says overexposure causes chaos. And what I'm saying is I went 10-2 on picks. I got 2 fights wrong on this card. Vanessa Demopoulos, which is degenerative to bet on her right now. I had 2 bets that included her money line and her plus 3.5. Both failed. She lost. I had Joannis and Brito in 3 bets. I had the under 1.5 on round lines. I thought there would be a finish regardless under 1.5. I had Joannis and Brito's money line, and then I was feeling so good during the card. I was winning so many bets. At least it felt like that. I played him by first round KO, something small. All 5 bets included those 2 fights that I got wrong. And that's what I mean when I say overexposure causes chaos. We learn from our mistakes. We move on. Even though we lost 5 bets tonight, we still leave positive with a quarter of a unit. So we'll take it. Let's get into our casual. Oh, no, let's get into our live bets. We had 3 live bets. We had Downey Barbosa minus 3.5 and Reese McKee plus 3.5. That hit. I'm going to break down the cards more in depth once. The fight's more in depth once I get to the card. I'm just going over the bets right now. Jonas and Brito, Martin Buday. Jonas and Brito lost. He got wet blanketed real bad. And I told y'all about the Jonas and Brito round 1. KO. Bad. Bad. Shout out to Reese McKee. 10-8 Daniel Brunza. Easily. Daniel Brunza's a tough guy. He was still in there. 10-8 easily, though. And Downey Barbosa, we knew early submission. We knew what it was. She was lighting her up on the feet as well. She's going to be good. Casual parlay is 7 of his last 12. 2 of his last 5. If you see right here, our last 5 casual parlays. Brad Tavares money line, Demopoulos plus 3.5. That was our new casual parlay. After Kennedy Nzechukwu pulled out of his fight, it wouldn't have mattered. We still would have lost our casual parlay anyway because Jonas and Brito lost. So I guess it wouldn't matter anyways. Degenerative, right? Bro, you can't. Bro, this is the first time I've ever lost a plus 3.5 bet on a WMMA fight. Brad Tavares, we were all over that. We already knew this fight was never going to hit the mat unless Brad took it there. And we knew Brad was going to outbox him, piece Gerald Mearshart up probably for 15 minutes. Vanessa Demopoulos. It's time to cut that contract, ain't it? Talita Alencar came in with a takedown accuracy of 13%. I think she got every single takedown she shot tonight. It's time to cut. It's time to get rid of that contract, ain't it? Ain't it? Should win parlay hits. We had Torres, Finney, Brad, Tavares, half a unit on it. Torres, Finney, he's getting destroyed right now on Twitter. Getting destroyed. And a lot of us can see why Dana was struggling to give this guy a contract. Made him fight Dana White Contender Series 3 times. Now he's in the big show. He got his 2 checks. He's probably going to finish his contract and probably won't get re-signed unless he changes something because he's getting destroyed. He was picking him up, dumping him on his ball spot, controlling him. Wasn't doing any damage. It was hard for him to do damage because Valentin just kept scrambling. But Torres Finney, as we knew, didn't want to strike at all, and he looked desperate to get the wrestling going. But that's kind of what I expected, so I kind of went in kind of knowing that was going to be the game plan. So I guess I'm not as surprised as everybody else, but I was all over it. That's one of the reasons why I put him on the should win parlay because I knew he's not going to waste any time striking. And if he gets his hands on you, you're probably not going to go anywhere. So I think it's a good read. We played her straight. Just about a quarter of a unit on it, so it's not too crazy, but degenerative, right? What a degenerate. We had a bunch of props. We had, like I said, win inside the distance. Decision, no action. So we got a full refund on that. The Osbourne, we were over that. Plus 3.5. I told y'all Ode is long. or they has the power, or they has speed. He can outstrike his opponents. It's just his wrestling. His wrestling. That's a big hole in this game. And in the second round, he shucked that takedown off. Caught Luis Gurule throwing a lazy ass kick. A very lazy kick. Caught him. Dropped him. Could have been a bit of an early stoppage. But I'll take it. He was hurt real bad. The way he got dropped was really bad. But you could tell he was kind of recovering. Maybe a few more shots he would have got out of there. But tough way to make your UFC debut. Tough way to lose your O. But I picked O'Day to win. Anyways, I already told you about the under 1.5 here. And then we took the under 2.5 on Deone Barbosa. I knew she'd get a finish probably in the first round. I just didn't want to play specific first round. But, yeah, we were all over the under 2.5. Diana Belbita. Kind of a punching bag on the feet. Pretty slow. And on the ground, she has nothing to offer. So, bets are off for entertainment. It is what it is. We lost a lot of bets. We still came out positive. So we'll take it. Like I said, back on the horse of UFC 314. I don't see a lot of spots where I'm confident in betting. My casual parlay, I'm extremely confident in. Actually, my casual parlay is going to drop tomorrow. Extremely confident in my casual parlay. It's 12 something in the morning, too. So if I seem out of it, I'm sorry. But extremely confident in my casual parlay for UFC 314. We got to get back in the win column. We got to get back because it's just... Like I said, I told y'all I hate when it loses. Let's get into the card. All right. 48-47, 48-47, 49-46, and I genuinely struggled to see a round where Josh Emmett won. I don't think Josh Emmett won a round. Is that crazy? I don't think Josh Emmett won a single round. Lerone Murphy was dancing. Bro, those stabs to the knees were really frustrating Josh Emmett. Nasty body kicks he was ripping to Josh Emmett. I'm talking about nasty body kicks. I was flinching. He was popping the jab real well. Few headbutts. It was a nice technique to throw those elbows too in tight. Overall, man, I don't think Josh Emmett's going to win any more ranked fights in the UFC. You know, he'll beat the Chrome Gracies of the world. I'm saying that just because that's the only opponent I could think of on Bryce. He's not on Bryce Mitchell's level, but you know, Bryce Mitchell just fought him. He KO'd Bryce. You get what I'm saying. A guy that's not really that good, you know. And I don't mean no disrespect with this, but Josh Emmett was fighting to be a world champion. I think those aspirations, not aspirations, I think that possibility is out the window. So I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Emmett retire just because I really like Josh Emmett, and I think his fights are going to be less competitive. He's 40. I don't remember the last time Josh Emmett won a round. Obviously, there's KOs, so like the KOs, he wins those rounds. But like other than that, I don't remember. I can't remember the last time he won a round, guys. I'm being serious. So he got to go back to the drawing board. I don't even know. He got to go talk with his team. Got to go talk with his family. What is he fighting for? And yeah, I think Josh Emmett still has some KOs he can offer us, but at the highest level, and I don't even think Lerone Murphy's like highest level talent just yet, but at this level in the featherweight division, as good as the featherweight division is, you have to have more than you have to have more ways to win, more paths to victory than just a big punch landing and trying to put your opponent out. So I'm still on that. Co-main event. Oh man, it sucks. I don't want to talk about it. Wet blanket. Pat Sabatini controlled this fight every which way, and I think that's just gonna be the kryptonite to Joannes Brito. Joannes Brito is really wild on the feet, big power. That's the risk he takes because he knows if he lands, he's gonna hurt you. But yeah, man, the game plan is wait for him to throw some wild, change levels, stay on top. So that's gonna be his kryptonite. That's gonna be his kryptonite. I don't see him changing his style. I don't see him dialing it back. I don't see him toning down the wildness. Because it'll work on a lot of people. But he got wet blanketed, dominated. Yeah. Not 1 second in this fight did it look like Joannes Brito was in control or shifting the momentum in any which way. So that sucks. I really like Joannes Brito. Right here, Korean Habib. He looks like it, I guess. He's losing some scrambles. He was losing positions, but he always ended up on top and mount or on his back, and he was just landing bombs, cutting them, slicing, dicing them. The ref had to save him. Cortavius got stuck. Chang Ho Lee looked great. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say looked great. I'm still not sold on Chang Ho Lee. But I think we know Cortavious Romious is not ready for the UFC. I think we can confidently say, yeah, he's not ready for the UFC. I mean, even when he would get in good positions, he would lose them very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So much rolling around, but every single time Chang Ho Lee got on top, it was just domination and smashing and smashing and smashing. So I guess if Habib actually pays attention to him, I guess he cracked a smile. Who knows? We got Brad Tavares versus GM3. Legendary third round GM3. Didn't happen tonight. But we knew this fight was not going to hit the mat unless Brad Tavares took it there. Brad Tavares did not take it there. So, we knew he would box for all 15, and he pretty much dominated Gerald Mearshart. Gerald Mearshart, stinking him bad, too. Big bombs. Gerald Mearshart hung tough, stayed in there, which was good. I did think it would go to decision, but it looked dicey in there. I thought it was like, ooh, shit. I'm like, Gerald, you all right? But he did all right. Brad Tavares outboxed him, kept the fight standing. Every time it was clinch, he would break away from the clinch, keep the fight standing. He threw too many kicks for my liking, you know? But Gerald Mearshart wasn't even really trying to catch those, so. Didn't end up hurting him. Buday Osbourne, KOs, Luis Gurule. I was all over Buday Osbourne. Already, Buday Osbourne, you know. And I only bet the plus 3.5 because I thought Buday would outstrike him early, and then Luis would just realize, okay, I got to wrestle this guy. And Luis did that in the first round, wrestled him. And I'm like, okay, well, my plus 3.5 is in trouble. But Buday Osbourne came out in that second round, shucked Luis off, KO'd him bad. Well, not bad. Dropped him bad. But by the time the KO came, it looked like it could have went a little longer. You know what I mean? But I'm not seeing a lot of people say that. So, hey, I'm going to take it. Buday Osbourne was fighting for his UFC career. If he didn't win, he was going to get cut. He knew that. And I feel like that would give him an extra fire, which it looked like he did in there. He was very composed. Very, very composed. Very sinister in there. Very cold. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, lad? You know, I'm going to bounce his head off the canvas, lad. Moving on to Torres Finney. I don't want to talk about this fight. A bunch of hugging. Picking him up, slamming him on his ball spot in the first round, but no damage done whatsoever. 17 strikes, guys. Not much to talk about. Y'all did him back. Third, nah, there's something third round. 30-27. Yeah, I got to chill out with that shit. All over this. I literally said in my breakdown, Meatball Molly sub Diana Belbita. Do we say more? Deone Barbosa, round 1 submission. Beautiful. Beautiful win. She looked very, very good on the feet as well. Almost looked like if she would have stayed on the feet, she could have got a TKO. I mean, was stinging her bad. In and out. Landing her combinations. Getting out of range before she can get hit back. Looked like a beast in there. She looked very much like the minus 1,000 that we're used to seeing back in the older days. I say the older days because the minus 1,000s I ain't seen a minus 1,000 look like a minus 1,000 in a very long time. She looked every bit of it. She did her thing. Reese McKee comes out there and just puts on a show. Puts it all out on the line. Knows his UFC career is on the line. Puts on a show. I mean, marauds this guy. Coming through it. Big bombs. Knees. Just marauding this guy. Check hooks. Pull counters. Anything you say. He was throwing it. And Brunza was keeping up with the volume. But it was a clear power. I mean, he got hurt. He got dropped 3-4 times. 10-8 clearly. Eye closed up. Lips split in half. Still in there, ready to go. Still ready to start that second round. Ready to see if he could change the momentum. Reese McKee comes in. Career on the line. Underdog. Big money was coming in, too. I think he closed at like plus 105. Big money was coming in. I had Reese McKee plus 3.5. And Daniel Brunza, he wanted to get off the stool, but that eye was closed. He was severely compromised. Doctor calls it. TKO, doctor stoppage goes on Reese McKee's record. Keeping all of his wins by finish. Gets his first UFC win. Hey, bro, I told y'all. Reese McKee has been fighting established UFC talent in the UFC. But when he's on the regionals, he's destroying and finishing everybody. Daniel Brunza is the closest guy that he's fought in the UFC to the regionals. And he ran through him. Facts. I said that. Facts. Loma Lookbonmee. I saw some people have a 29-28 Estela Nunes. I don't know how. I don't know how you do that. I give Estela 1. I give Loma 2 and 3. And I only give Estela 1 because Loma was winning the striking. It was pretty even, but Loma was winning the striking on the feet, I feel, until she shot a single leg, but then pulled guard from it. And she stayed on the bottom the whole time. That was pretty dumb to me. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? And then 2, she found herself in another tricky position. I want to say this is the round that Estella was on a leg lock. I mean, weird decision-making from Loma. Weird decision-making from Loma. I didn't have any money on Loma. I don't know if I want to put any money on Loma. That's fine. Estella Nunes, I really hope she does not get cut, because on the feet, she looked good. I wish it was less striking, because it looked like, to start the fight off, it was going to be a nice competitive striking battle. The kickboxing versus the Muay Thai. I like Estella Nunes. She's long. She's willing to bang. Big complacent on the ground. They both were pretty complacent on the ground. I mean, she's willing for leg locks on the bottom. I mean, instead of trying to get up. That's pretty nasty. But I hope she doesn't get cut. I hope she does not get cut. She has a good look. She's long for the division. She's willing to strike. She's pretty fast in there as well. I think she'll be all right, bro. I think she'll be all right the more she grows into the UFC. But I think Lookbonmee clearly won. Victor Henry. Rumbling and bumbling his stomach. It looked dicey in there. In the second round, looked like he got taken down. He was getting controlled. It looked like Victor was starting to fade a bit. And I think he was fading, but that did not stop his volume and his output. He looked good in the pocket. Sneaky counter right hands. Sneaky lead right hands. Over the top. Not lead right hands. He was leading with his 2. He was leading with his backhand. Crazy. But it was nice, and he was stinging him. Wasn't stinging him. I mean, wasn't much pop behind it, but he was hitting him. How about that? Nice hooks in tight. Good head movement. Good scrambling, good rolling. Pedro being on the takedown. Victor Rose ends up on top. Good scrambling. Kind of what we expected. High output, high octane. And in a matchup like that, we felt Victor would get it done. In which he did. But at times it did look like, hold on, Pedro might edge this out. And then Victor reverses position. Or scrambles. Wins a scramble. And then he's back on the gas. So, pretty impressive for the 38-year-old in May. Shout out to Victor Henry. Moving on, Martin Buday. I ain't gonna lie, this was a pretty fun fight to watch. But it's a damn shame, Martin. It's a damn shame. You fought a light heavyweight, no training camp, 50 pounds lighter than you. Even though you looked fast, just as fast as him, which is crazy. His blob, all that stomach meat flopping around, he looked pretty fast in there, which is crazy. But striking was pretty even, if you ask me, until they got in the clinch positions. Martin would get in clinch positions, and he was just landing a lot of strikes in the clinch. I think he had over 110 clinch strikes. Not making that up. So, like, at range, on the feet, they were both taking turns, kind of imposing the will on each other. And then just Martin would do a great job of slowing the pace, holding, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that shit, against the cage, stomping, clinch striking, winning minutes, winning rounds. I think he clearly won the fight. And then 13% takedown defense. Maul's Vanessa. It's time to cut that contract. Back to the pole, dancing you do. That shit was trash. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know they enjoy just like you did. Casual parlays dropping tomorrow. UFC 314 predictions dropping Tuesday. I might do a feature video Monday. We're going to try to upload a lot next week as well. You ain't got to go home. Just got to get up out of here, man. Yeet.